All right, everybody, welcome to the Friday night Pick'em show. Andrew, I like Dylan. He's a nice guy. He does the weather in Georgia, but we've got to get him on. He is embarrassing us. He's like 13-2. If he wins, if he's here another week, we're gonna have to cut it open and make him the goddamn co-host. We've got to defeat him and get him off of here.
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
It is.
I mean, on some level, like he's going 5-0, so it's hard to. I mean, it's not like if I was going 4-1, I would be winning, but at the same time, I'm going like 1-4 as he goes 5-0, so
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. Yeah.
So Dylan, just brag, just enjoy yourself.
I'm a weather guy. I'm supposed to be wrong sometimes, but in this case, I'm right. I'm supposed to be wrong half the time, right? I don't know. Maybe I'll cool down this week. We'll see.
Yeah, it's amazing that you're better at betting than you are at your profession.
I don't know. Maybe I have to change careers.
Oh my God! So we got a full.
Well, hold on. Before we keep going, I have a pet peeve that actually I'm glad Dylan is still on because I want to air this out. My thing is, as a weatherman, don't say 0%, don't say 100% chance of rain. Give yourself the out. Just say 99. Just say 1%. Because, like, if you say 0 and then it's raining outside, that happens to me. I look at my weather app. It says 0% chance of rain, and it's raining. It's like, just say 1%, and then you can be right. It was really unlikely, but it happened, right?
Yeah, Dylan, when you're a famous weather person, I'm going to sift through all these YouTube things and blackmail you with your reckless.
Seriously, Dylan, can you fix America? Can you fix all weather apps to accommodate the give yourself the out thing?
Did we lose Dylan? Dylan, you there?
Dylan went full Ralph and muted himself. You never go full Ralph.
No. I think we just lost him. I'll have to call him back.
Well, I guess his bets are in then, and he goes 0-5. Look, if he doesn't put a bet in, Ralph, he's done.
Yeah.
I guess I win. I win.
It's like fantasy, man. Once the games kick off, you can't put in the bets.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. He started at 5 guys on a bye. You're out, Dylan. Your
out.
Connection cut out. You started 5 guys on a bye. You're done.
All right.
The last thing I heard was something about weathermen and pet peeve, and that was it.
Well, no, I was talking about the 0% chance of rain and 100% chance of rain in the apps, and I was saying just give yourself the out. Give yourself the 1% or the 99% and leave it at that. Can you fix that? Can you change that universally?
I mean, whoever puts a forecast in, people have different styles and interpretations for those kinds of things. So, you know, if you go outside, if you have an outdoor party with a 100% chance of rain, that's on you. But if the guy,
I hear you, but when it's 0, you're basically telling the world it's a physical impossibility that it could rain. Like there is no chance. And then when it rains, it's like, why didn't you just put 1?
Well,
give yourself the out.
If you tell somebody there's a 0% chance of rain, and you listen to them and then it rains, you should probably find another source for your weather information.
So then why not just put 1%?
I don't know. I like to live dangerously.
Obviously.
All right,
you're not living very dangerously betting against me.
Well,
on
no
this podcast.
Listen, Andrew's 12-12-1. I'm curb stomping Andrew. I'm 18-7-1. Thank you, Rutgers. But Dylan is even hotter. You're 5-0 this week. Look, first pick, Andrew. We're allowing you to give out this bet. It's too late for people to bet, although they could bet UVA in the second half, but we're allowing you to make this pick because you actually have money on this game. You are
Yeah.
currently watching UVA Miami. Tell the people the side you
Well,
have.
per usual, I'm going to lose again, and looks like I'm going to be 0-1 to start this podcast. But I have $50 on UVA minus 2.5, or sorry, well, they're favored by 2.5. So yeah, UVA is currently down 4, and they need a touchdown so they can be up 3 because they're favored by 2.5. So they're playing Miami on the road right now. Miami's really bad, but somehow they're winning 7-3. So it's not looking good for me.
All right, my first pick, 5 stars, platinum, bet everything. Indiana minus 24.5 against Rutgers. I can't name a single player in Indiana. Doesn't fucking matter. Listen to me. Bet against Rutgers.
That's my second pick.
Just do it. Okay?
I'm in. I'm in
Dude,
on the Rutgers. I'm in.
People are DMing me.
Are you putting me down, Ralph?
I put you down for Rutgers.
That's my second pick.
People are DMing me, asking me, they're like, you do the Rutgers joke every week, but you're not actually putting money on this. I'm like, are you fucking insane? Of course I'm putting money on Rutgers. Like,
Who doesn't like free money?
it's literally an ATM.
How many weeks in a row is this?
It's 4.
All right, yeah, I'm sold. I'm in.
Here's the thing. They will buck me eventually. But until then, I'm just going to do it. They've fired their coach. And they're going to be better. They're going to bring back Greg Schiano. They're going to not be a They are a bottom 3 team in college football. They're my first pick. Dylan, what's your first pick?
Well, I'm gonna take John Curtis minus 14 against Rutgers too. All right, because they can probably beat Rutgers also. But anyway, my first pick is gonna be Houston plus 7 at the Chiefs. I'm gonna bet against Patrick Mahomes again. The Chiefs' offensive line is a disaster. They're missing 2 starters. Meanwhile, the red hot.
Tyreek Hill is likely coming back this week though.
Well, what good is that if Mahomes doesn't have time to throw with his bum ankle?
Fair question.
By the way, he has a bum ankle. So,
you know who else has a bum ankle? Alvin Kamara.
God.
A little birdie says otherwise, but we'll get to that in a minute. But anyway, the Chiefs are decimated with injuries. The Texans' offensive line is playing really well. They're protecting Deshaun Watson, and they're going to go into Kansas City. And I have them winning outright and covering,
Wow.
but I'm taking the points only.
So that's your first pick. Texans are weird, man. It's just they can look great on offense like they did against Atlanta, or they can lay a total dud and score 10 against Carolina. They're just because I don't think Bill O'Brien's a good coach, and I think they make nothing easy for Deshaun Watson. I'll watch them and he'll look amazing, but I never watch him and like, man, their offense is really well designed, and they give him easy throws, and he's really good. Like, it's always like, oh my God, he's amazing, and isn't that he's doing a high wire act, you know?
Yeah, But Ralph, remember, we're betting against Steve Spagnuolo here, okay?
Oh, that's right. And by the way, Kansas City traded for Frank Clark, and he's a fucking disaster. He's got 1 sack. They paid him $100 million. Just so
Sheldon Rank. You know who else has 1 sack?
Sheldon Rankins, who's
you know who else? You know who else has 1 sack?
Who's that?
I know where this is
Carl
going.
Granderson, baby.
Oh, your adopted son.
I've been laughing about that all week.
It's just people are like emailing me and they're like, I listened to the podcast the first time, and why did it take you 15 minutes to get to the Bucks game? What are y'all talking about? I'm like, dude, you just gotta listen for a month to get on all the inside jokes. We can't explain them. You just gotta ride with it. And by the way, if you haven't listened to Monday's show is amazing.
It is.
So my next pick is And this one's going to be a little strange, but I'm going with it. Falcons -2.5 against Arizona, and I know the Falcons. They look like a dumpster fire, and they probably are. But
Trufant is out this week.
what's that?
Trufant is out this
I
week.
know.
It
Here's the
makes a
thing.
bad defense even worse.
Here's the thing, though, with Atlanta. I feel like as bad as their defense is, they're still in the 7-9 sadness loop, and I'm not gonna believe that they've fallen out of that until I see a little bit more. I think they're gonna beat Arizona, they're gonna beat the Rams, and they're gonna get to 3-4, and then Seattle's gonna rip their fucking guts out in a most horrible, horrible way.
That is pretty Saintsy.
I know that's what the Saints did for 3 straight years. Start out 1-4, get to 4-4 or 3-4, and then have your guts ripped out and proceed to 7-9 at a 55 miles an hour. Like,
No, so the Saints year thing would be to beat the Rams and then beat the Seahawks. And then
Yeah.
every Falcons fan's like, oh, they're 4-4, and they just beat two of the best teams. Like, we're back, baby. And then they lose to the Saints by 50.
yeah,
Did you see what happened to the Falcons though? They traded like a pretty decent draft pick for the Eagles safety, and he got hurt the
Yes.
first game last week. Like,
He's on IR. He's
Yeah.
on IR.
I don't want to laugh too much because it's bad karma, but it's the Falcons.
it is. So that's my second pick.
I'm cool with bad karma, by the way.
Andrew, what's your second pick? Are you just Rutgers is going to be your second pick?
Yeah, I already told you.
Yeah. So
We've already
Dylan,
discussed this.
Dylan, what's your second pick?
My second pick is the New York Jets plus
Ooh.
10 against the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas is the most overrated team in the NFL. They're injured. Tyron Smith is out again. The Jets got Sam Darnold back. They're ready. They're going to get ready to get rolling.
Isn't that a bad thing that Darnold's back?
Well, no, because their backup was hurt too. They were playing the third guy.
Dude,
So-
it was Luke Falk. There's a big difference between Luke Falk and Sam.
You would
Darnold.
hope so.
I'm not sure there is.
I think I would not be surprised if the Jets won that game outright against the Cowboys, and it all hell breaks loose in Dallas. Just Skip Bayless is drinking Henny on Monday.
I love how anti-Cowboys Dylan is. I support this.
Here's the thing with the Cowboys and the double-digit investment fund is because I couldn't believe that. The Giants looked for the world last night like they were going to cover. You know? And
The officials are corrupt. They're bought
and
paid
so they didn't. So the double-digit investment fund is 6-6 now. So we got we got 3 double-digit dogs. You got the Bengals plus 11 at Baltimore, and you got the Jets plus 10 against Dallas. The Patriots have already won and covered. So that's an interesting one. The Jets. I don't know. They look a mess. I bet the double-digit dogs because I have to, and I'm committed to this all year long. But the one that I feel the best about is actually the Bengals versus the Ravens. I think the Ravens are a little bit of a fraud. But my next pick.
you go.
Go ahead, Dylan.
I was going to say, I was going to bet the 49ers plus 4, but both of their tackles are out now, so I can't bet them, so forget about that. But anyway,
Yeah.
I agree with you, Ralph.
So my next pick is y'all don't have to do this even though it's a local game, but my pick is there's another team that's equally they're not quite as bad as Rutgers, but they are close, and that's Connecticut, and they're playing Tulane, and Tulane is favored by 34. And I know
You're going to take Tulane?
I'm taking Tulane, and I know, Andrew, you have a theory
God.
to not take Tulane. I'm taking Tulane. I'm laying the 34, and we're just going to do it because Connecticut is a trash pile. So that's my pick
it.
there.
I'll jump in on that game. I'll go Connecticut.
All Oh, this will be
34 points. Tulane has never beaten a team by 34 points in their life.
not a Division One team,
And
probably.
it's not going to happen this week
All right.
or ever.
Okay. So now we get to the last two games, and these are fun. LSU and Florida. This line, I have it at 14, Dylan. LSU, Florida. Who you got?
I am taking the Florida Gators plus 14. LSU will win, but they're not going to cover. And the only reason why is because I just turned 25. I don't remember LSU ever beating Florida by more than a couple of touchdowns.
No.
I went and looked. Like they blew them out in 2011, but LSU is the best team ever, like in 2011. So other than that, it's been like dogfight. So I'm taking the points, dude.
They had one year, I think, in 2003 at Florida. LSU destroyed them, but that's about it.
You know what grade I was in 2003? I was in first grade or something.
My God,
You are a young buck. I was graduating college.
That makes what he's doing to us even worse, Andrew.
It really does.
It really does.
Well, you know what though? This is going to be my time hanging this over Dylan's head. Finally, I will beat Dylan, and he will be wrong, and I will be right because you know what? I hate how people bring up history, like a game 7 years ago has any implications on the now. And LSU is awesome, and they figured out their defense. And Florida is kind of riding high off of a very good performance against Auburn last week. And I just think they have no idea what's coming to them in Tiger Stadium. Joe Burrow is rested. The offense has had a chance. They've been playing cupcakes for weeks. Yeah. LSU is ready to roll. The defense is starting to figure it out. LSU is going to cover. I feel strong about this.
And look, I hope you're right because, look, I despise Dan Mullen. He's a traitor, okay?
Remember, you're a Mississippi State guy.
He is a traitor, okay? And I would love nothing more than LSU to humiliate him. But, like I said, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
Here's my thing, and I wasn't necessarily arguing with people today on Twitter, but it was a discussion. I was saying, the thing with LSU is because LSU doesn't have like a main rival in the SEC, like LSU, no team in the SEC looks at LSU and is like, that's our number one rival. We hate you with the passion of the heat of 1,000 suns. Like Auburn, you ask them who their number one rival is, it's Alabama. You ask Florida, they wouldn't say somebody in the SEC, they play Florida State. For LSU, the team we hate the most kind of ebbs and flows. And right now, for me, I fucking hate Florida. Jim McElvain, the dude who fucked a shark.
I do too.
The dude, he had sex with a shark on a boat. He said lots of mean things when they had the floods. He was just a dick. And
wait, hold on. I don't know about this shark thing.
What? Google Jim McElwain shark, and it's actually not him, but it's a dude that looks like him, and the dude is just.
I remember that.
And he's buck ass naked, spooning a shark. And the thing is that made it so good is they asked McElwain about it, and he got mad. Like he just, no one, he knows it's not the coach of Florida didn't get buck ass naked in a boat and spoon a shark, but he got like indignant about it that it wasn't him. So that made it even funnier. And I just hate that dude. And he made $4 million a year.
You gotta send me this. You gotta send me this YouTube.
And it's not YouTube. It's just a picture. And
no, but him getting indignant. The press.
Oh, and he made $4 million a year, and his teeth were yellow. So
yeah, exactly.
So I just hate McElwain, and I'm not over it. I want the LSU to house him. And Andrew, you have changed my mind. I picked Florida plus 13.5 because I said LSU Florida gets weird. It won't be a blowout. I changed my mind. I'm picking LSU, and I'm probably going to lay some money on it. Which
this is the week, baby. We're taking Dylan down.
We're taking Dylan down.
This is the week.
So That's all the picks. So the final one, the final game, and this line, and me and Dylan were talking about it before Andrew you joined us in the pre-call. This
It
Saints,
was pick up. It was pick 'em to begin the week.
and now it's Jags 2.5 favorite between them. What the fuck is going on, Dylan? We got to pick the game because it's part of the deal. But I was feeling great about the Saints earlier in the week. Now the line has gone to 2.5. I feel like Vegas is just begging you to take the Saints, and now I'm really concerned. What's your thoughts on this game, and are you going to put actual money on it?
Yeah, so I don't care what the wise guys are saying. I'm taking the Saints. The Saints are going to win. I love the Saints plus 2.5. You're giving me Sean Payton and 2.5 points against Gardner Minshew. Okay, look, I'm not saying anything, but a little birdie. I have, as Ralph would say, sauces.
Sauces.
Sauces. Yeah, I've got sauces. Okay, and I was told don't worry about Camaro. So I'm going to take the word for it. And here's the thing: like, how is Jacksonville exactly going to score? They have Leonard Fournette, like he's great and everything, but we have the number one rushing defense in the NFL with all of our guys in there. Lattimore's going to shut down DJ Chark. And my prediction
DJ Chark, DJ Chark.
My prediction. This is how this game is going to be. Do you remember the 2011 Saints at Titans game where the Saints should have blown the doors off the Titans, but there were like 50 million penalties and we got completely screwed. But Marcus Colston had one of his vintage games and we won like 17-20 or some bullshit like that. But Michael Thomas is going to have a big game and he's going to carry the Saints to a win. The Saints are going to win. I'm going to say 20-14. 20-14.
Ooh, low scoring.
Andrew, that's Dylan, the final word. So what do you think of this Saints-Jacksonville game?
Well, it's not that I don't think the Saints won't win. It's that I have to pick the Jaguars because, well, I've got a streak going. So I'm going Jags. I have to.
Yeah,
it's for the best. It's for all of us.
It's for all
Even
of
a broken
us.
clock is right twice a day, Andrew.
Look, if Dylan has to go on the show again, and that's the sacrifice I have to make, so be it.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with Dylan here. I went Saints in my column, so I'm going Saints here. I look at Jacksonville and they didn't score a ton at the Texans. They didn't gonna score a ton in Denver. And I know Gardner Minshew is fun and people like him. He had a 2,500 word feature in the Ringer.
That's Minshew mania, please.
Minshew mania, yeah. He had a feature in the Ringer, a feature on ESPN, a feature on CBS Sportsline all this week. So people love him, and I actually like him. I think he's going to be good, but I just don't think the Jags they're not that good of a team. They're 2-3, but they're not that impressive. DJ Shark is, but the Saints defense is good. It's good.
Yeah, exactly. We should
and I think the Saints
down.
and Jacksonville's offensive line is not great. I think the Saints are gonna shut them down, and I think the Saints running game, knock on wood, if Dylan's sauces are correct, Jaguars give up 5.5 yards a carry. If Murray can't get it going this week against the worst run defense in the NFL by average yards per rush, he's never going to get it going. And that's another thing Andrew can gloat on, because Andrew was saying Latavius Murray would be a bust in April when they signed him. So I hope that's not the case, because if you get your UDFA adopted son getting sacks and you're right about Latavius Murray, you will be fucking insufferable. I can't. I need Latavius Murray to do 12 carries for 80 yards and a score.
Listen, here's the matchup. Here's something I want you to watch too. Their left tackle, Robinson, he's a disaster. He is a nuclear trash fire, and Davenport is going to murder him. Watch. Just watch. Watch Davenport.
Oh, man. Davenport. I want Davenport to have another great game, and then I want Robert Mays, who's one of my favorite NFL writers. I want him on the Ringer to do like a 1,000-word column on Marcus Davenport, and it'd be nothing but gifs and YouTube clips of Davenport destroying people. So that's what I want. So, Dylan, good luck. We got a lot of head-to-heads this week. You got you got Andrew. Andrew's got the Jags. He's got LSU. That's two. That's two straight up against you, Andrew. Before we get out of here, how's UVA looking?
Well, they just made a field goal, so they're down 7-6, and the fourth quarter just started. So,
oh my god.
Yeah, it's 2.5. So they got to get a touchdown. They got to get it going.
You are a gambling degenerate when you have action on a Friday night ACC game.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing: UVA is going to win this game 9-7, and I'm going to lose this bet.
I hope so.
And I'm going to get the rage text like I did versus Houston versus Tulane Friday morning when you found out that Houston gagged up a 3-touchdown lead.
Ralph, if you let me down on this Rutgers bet, because this is the first week I'm finally in on this and I'm finally listening to you. If you screw me on this,
so that'll be the opening of the Monday.
It would be just my luck that Rutgers finally covers the week I finally listen to you.
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, listen. Before we get out of here, if you're on the live stream or if you're listening on Patreon, because this is a patron-only podcast, and we have this because you guys have donated $1,000 a month for us. Remember, right-hand corner of the patron page, they have a custom RSS feed. Copy it, paste it into whatever player you use, whether that's Stitcher, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, and that will put in all the paid patron content that's behind the paywall. It'll automatically put it in your player. You won't have to log into Patreon. You won't have to do any of that crap. It'll load into whatever player you use. All our podcasts will be there, so go do it. We said it on Monday. We went from 26 people using it to 47. So I know a lot of people have finally figured it out. So go and use it. It makes life so much easier for you. So, Dylan, I'm not going to wish you good luck because you're embarrassing us. You're embarrassing me and Andrew, and we are older. You need to respect your elders. You need to lose, and we need to get another fucking patron in here.
Well,
but if
either
you win,
that or we need to be put in a home if we can't win.
I learned all my gambling from Ralph in his column, so
I am old. So
the
everybody
student becomes the master.
Yeah. So everybody in the chat room, good luck to you. Happy gambling. We'll see you on Monday on the Big Show.